This tea is starting to get cold. Hello! Welcome to my channel. I'm Dee. I noticed some of you are new. Thank you to my new subscribers and to my vegetable life for sending them over and tagging me. Welcome. I have a little intro about me video somewhere in my channel, so you can watch that if you want to know more about me. I'll also put some cards up here for my sort of story videos, all about me sort of stuff that you can peruse at your leisure. Now, on to the video. Welcome to Full Disclosure Friday number 13. What? 13 weeks of this whole thing. Alright. So, there's going to be a little bonus thing after the main bit of the video. It's probably in the title what it is, so it's not a surprise. So let's get into it real quick. Part 1, exercise. So how did I do? Did I go to the gym? No. Did I get 10,000 steps most days? Yes. In fact, I got 10,000 steps every day except for so far today, Thursday, but it's 5:23 and I'm almost at 9,000 steps, so I'm sure I will actually get 10,000 steps, which I think will be the first week in a while that I've done 10,000 steps or more every day. Or maybe it's just the first week in 2 weeks. I'm not grabbing my Fitbit to check. Editing D can tell you. Editing D can also tell you if I hit 10,000 steps today. So that's exercise. Part 2, food. How did I do? Did I binge? Nope. Did I overeat without binging any days? Also nope. And did I stay within my sort of goal intake range, or at least close to it? Yep. So that's 3 for 3, which means I'm 4 for 5 total on exercise and food. And finally, part 3, probably the most important part of how I'm doing, mentality. So, how am I doing mentality-wise? Well, given that I did pretty well on my food and exercise goals, you might think, hey, Dee's doing pretty well mentality-wise. And you would be correct. This week was really good. I felt a little unmotivated a couple times, but I've been reading a book. It mentioned this thing called implementation intentions, in the context a lot of like habit forming and forming new habits to break old habits. And it's like, I've been reading a little bit more about them, and I'm probably gonna go pretty deep into them and research and stuff. And for me, what it feels like is that they are SMART goals, but distilled into their like simplest essence. And man, I don't know, something in that section of that book really like resonated with me, so I've been thinking a lot about implementation intentions and trying to figure out which ones I need to be focusing on right now. And so that's pretty cool because it's helped me have a more balanced mindset on all this. Like, yeah, okay, I'm not coming to you at week 13 saying, now I'm 13 weeks without binging, because I did binge last week, but I've still made so much progress in recognizing cues and picking alternate actions to replace those cues that it is starting to get habitual, where if I'm feeling anxious, my response is more that I need to talk to someone or go for a walk or go to the gym or take a bath or drink some tea or any of those things, instead of I need to go get a whole bunch of food and eat it, or if I can't go get a bunch of food, I need to just eat whatever is in the house, and then I don't have meals for the next 3 days because I ate all my prepped food. I have done that. I have not done that recently. And another thing that I've really been working on this week is sort of self-acceptance and accepting that like where I am right now and how I'm doing is okay. I don't have to be perfect. I don't have to hit absolutely every single goal that I set for myself. What matters more is that I am working to always get closer to a place that I want to be at, but meanwhile, where I am right now is okay. Where I am in the future hopefully is better, but where I am right now is okay. And that also ties into the third little thing I want to talk about, mentality, which is sustainable lifestyle. I have really been working on taking my focus a little more long term. So does my day-to-day match something that allows me to live my life in a broader picture? If there's an event coming up, am I going to worry about how that's going to affect my planned intake or whatever, right? And I am back in a mindset where I am doing really well at that again. So, yay! Good week. Weekly update. All right, now for the second part of this video, 13 weeks. As of today, Thursday, when I'm filming this, I'm at exactly 3 months since I started this whole current leg of my wellness journey. And so I thought I'd give a little update. I know it's only been a few weeks since I did a numbers update, but here's my numbers update. So if you don't want to know the numbers, or if you find talking about numbers is difficult for you or leads you down the roads of comparison or whatever, and it's not really healthy for you to listen to someone talk about their numbers, thank you for watching the first part. You know how my week went. I will see you again on Tuesday with a fun little video. And if you want to know about the numbers, then keep watching. All right, so to recap, July 29th, 2020, I started this whole thing. Basically, I got fed up with fighting with myself and playing mind games over food, and I logged back into MyFitnessPal and logged my food for the day, just that one day. And that I just continued doing that. And then after a few weeks, I switched over to Cronometer because I like it better, and someone pointed out to me that I could totally just hide whatever metrics I didn't want to see, because I know that I have had that habit when using Cronometer of getting way too into the numbers. See my video from last Tuesday about things not to do if you want to be mentally healthy and lose weight. But yeah, so I just hid everything that I knew would push me too far into looking at all the numbers, and then eventually hit more numbers, and I've only started to like re-show certain numbers as I feel more able to, know that I'm just estimating and the numbers aren't everything and they're not exact, and it's fine. And so anyways, so that was 13 weeks ago. Now, I didn't weigh myself until probably about a week in. So August 7th, I was 217.4 pounds. Now that was after a week of tracking my food, which means I probably started somewhere closer to 220, but I don't know exactly what, because I was taking baby steps. I was like, first I'm going to track my food. Today, 3 months in, I weighed in at 195.4, so that is 22 pounds down exactly, plus whatever I lost in that first week of water and etc. And that's a rate then of between 7 and 8 pounds a month. Now, from 2 months in, I was at almost 20 pounds down. I was at like 18 pounds. So most of that weight was in the first 2 months. And this past month, well, the past 2 weeks, I kind of just hovered around 196 to 197. Part of that was because last week I binged and I overate twice. So obviously you do that, then your water weight is going to fluctuate. You might regain a tiny bit of fat. I didn't regain much. It just was enough to basically, I had been kind of plateauing the week before that. Then I kind of overate a little bit, which meant then my plateau lasted an extra week, and now it's finally dropping off again. Which is, it was nice this morning to see a number lower than 196. I'm not going to lie, because seeing 196 point something for like, or 197 or 197 point something for 2 and a bit weeks in a row was getting to me a little bit, and definitely there were a few days where I just didn't weigh myself. And I actually stopped logging it into Libra. I just would stand on the scale in Fitbit and because I have the Aria Smart Scale, which is the cheaper Fitbit scale, and I would just let it automatically log in my app and then look at it later if I felt like it. So, pro tip, if you have a smart scale that can connect to your phone automatically put it in a place where you can't really see the number when you're standing on the scale, so that you don't have to look unless you want to. But then you can still have the data for later for figuring out your average loss and your rolling weekly average and all that sort of stuff. Now I am solidly in Wonderland, which is, it feels really great because I would fluctuate in and out of it for like all of 2019 and the first half of 2020. But now I am in it solidly. And honestly, I think that's part of why I got a little demoralized about a week or so ago last week, because I kept thinking of how much further it is to my next, like, you know, I lost weight and then I regained it and then some. My next and then some felt just really far away, or my next like historical weight. And even though it was like right around the time that I binged / right after I binged on Monday when I filmed my video for Tuesday about healthy mentality, that actually really did help me realize, hey, what you're doing with your like focus on your weight is just comparing yourself to your past self, and that's holding you back, and that's a reason that you're having all these mentality issues. And so I was like, you know what? Whatever. If I stay around 196 to 197 for 2 more months, that's totally chill, because my goal for 2020 was to get to Wonderland by Christmas. I'm ahead of schedule. Now I would like to be a little smaller than that, but my goal isn't a certain weight. My goal is to fit into certain clothes a little better, hopefully by Christmas. Right now I am down about a pant size and a half from where I was at my heaviest. So I would like to be down at least another half pant size, and hopefully into another pant size and a half by Christmas, but at least fitting well / slightly smaller than the clothes that right now fit me but are a little tight. So that's where I would like to be going forward, and the 3 months have been really great. And honestly, when I started in July, I never thought that I would go 3 months and only binge once. I thought I might go a couple weeks and then I would be at a stage where I was reducing my binges to like once a month, and the fact that it's now once in 3 months and I am now 10 days past that with no further binge urges is like amazing. And I am super proud of myself, and I am super excited for the next 3 months, 6 months, year, etc. Health-wise. I just hope that all of the other stressors in my life start to get better too, although a lot of those are things that aren't entirely in my control, so that's a little bit of a waiting game. I'm really happy with my mentality, and I am really excited to keep going forward and to be doing this as a long-term thing, and to be focusing on how I feel and habits and all that sort of stuff, rather than exactly the numbers on the scale, even though the numbers on the scale are changing as a result of my habits, which is also pretty great. That's my 3-month update. I thank you for watching, and if you liked the video, leave it a thumbs up. If anything in this video resonated with you, I'd love it if you left a comment down below. I just want to say welcome again to the few new subscribers I've picked up this last week. The ones of you who came from my vegetable life, look forward to the tag video on Tuesday. I'll be starting a new series with that tag video and just sort of fun stuff to fill in Tuesday content. And if you are new here but have not subscribed, I would love it if you hit a subscribe, because I'm getting close to 1/3 of the way to having a custom URL instead of a bunch of random numbers. And if you want to know when my videos go live, because they don't always go live at the same time, although they do go live on generally the same days, hit the notification bell, because algorithm. Okay, that wasn't as creative as usual, but sometimes I ain't got anything about that bell. And if you want to know more about my day-to-day process rather than my weekly process, and you want a little more in depth about like what I'm eating and how I'm feeling and my workouts and just how my life's going, then I would invite you to follow my Instagram. It is where I post pretty much every day, either a story or a post, or sometimes 5 times a day. And it's real fun, and we have fun over there. So I'd love it if you gave a follow. And yeah, that's all I have for today. Thanks for watching. Bye!